A single coding mistake can delay payment for weeks, or even trigger a claim denial entirely. And here's the scary part. Healthcare organizations process thousands of patient charts every single day. Every diagnosis, every procedure, every modifier has to be coded correctly. That's a huge amount of pressure on medical coders. So now healthcare teams are turning to something new: AI-assisted medical coding. But here's the question most people are asking. Is AI actually helping coders? Or is it trying to replace them? Let's break it down. What is medical coding? Before we talk about AI medical coding, let's quickly simplify what medical coding actually is. Every time a patient visits a doctor, gets a lab test, has surgery, or receives treatment, that encounter has to be translated into standardized medical codes. Those codes tell insurance companies what condition the patient had, what treatment was provided, why the provider should get paid. That's where medical coders come in. They review clinical documentation and assign codes like ICD-10, CPT, and HCPCS codes. And accuracy matters a lot, because if the coding is incomplete or incorrect, claims can get delayed, denied, or flagged for compliance issues. By the end of this video, you'll understand how AI in healthcare coding is helping teams manage all of this faster and more accurately. How medical coding works today. So how does the traditional medical coding process actually work? First, the provider documents the patient encounter. That could include symptoms, diagnoses, procedures, medications, physician notes. Then a medical coder reviews the chart manually. They search through documentation, identify the right diagnosis and procedure codes, and make sure everything follows payer and compliance guidelines. Sounds straightforward, right? But here's where things get complicated. Medical documentation isn't always clean or complete. Sometimes a physician note is vague. Sometimes the diagnosis lacks specificity. Sometimes a modifier is missing. And even a tiny mistake can create downstream problems. For example, a patient may receive treatment for pneumonia. But if the documentation doesn't specify the type or severity clearly enough, the coder may not be able to assign the most accurate code. That can affect reimbursement. And this is the part most people don't realize. Coders are often reviewing hundreds of charts while payer rules keep constantly changing. That's a difficult environment to work in. Where medical coding gets difficult. This is where coding teams start feeling overwhelmed. Healthcare organizations are dealing with massive chart volumes, staffing shortages, burnout, tight turnaround expectations, increasing compliance pressure. At the same time, insurance requirements keep evolving. A code that worked previously may suddenly require additional documentation. A missing detail may trigger a claim denial. And because healthcare coding is so detail-heavy, manual work becomes exhausting very quickly. Imagine reading through long physician notes for hours every single day while trying to maintain near-perfect accuracy. That's the reality for many coding teams. And this is exactly where AI-assisted coding starts becoming useful. Now, when people hear AI medical coding, they sometimes imagine AI replacing coders completely. That's not what's happening in most healthcare organizations. Instead, AI is being used as a support system. Think of it like an intelligent assistant working alongside coding teams. For example, AI can read clinical documentation quickly, highlight relevant diagnoses and procedures, suggest appropriate medical codes, detect missing documentation, flag coding inconsistencies, identify potential compliance risks. Instead of manually searching through long patient charts, AI can surface the most important information almost instantly. That saves time. But here's the important part. Human coders still review and validate everything. Because healthcare coding requires judgment, context, and compliance awareness. AI helps reduce repetitive manual work, but experienced coders remain essential. And this is where medical coding automation becomes really valuable. Not because it removes humans, but because it helps humans work more efficiently. Real-world benefits of AI in medical coding. So what are healthcare organizations actually gaining from AI-assisted coding? A few big things. First, speed. AI can help coding teams process charts faster by reducing manual review time. Second, consistency. AI tools can help standardize workflows and catch issues that might otherwise be missed. Third, fewer coding-related denials. If documentation gaps or coding inconsistencies are identified earlier, claims have a better chance of getting approved the first time. That directly impacts revenue cycle management, or RCM in healthcare. But let's keep this realistic. AI is not magic. If provider documentation is poor, AI still struggles. If clinical notes are incomplete, human intervention is still necessary. And healthcare organizations still need skilled coders for audits, compliance, edge cases, and complex specialties. So the real benefit of AI in healthcare isn't replacing expertise, it's reducing friction. The future of AI-assisted coding. And honestly, we're still early. Healthcare organizations are now moving toward real-time coding suggestions, ambient AI documentation, automated compliance checks, predictive denial prevention, smarter RCM workflows. In the future, coders may spend less time searching for information and more time reviewing high-complexity cases and improving accuracy. So instead of humans versus AI, the future is probably humans plus AI. Smarter workflows, faster decisions, less administrative burden. So if you've ever wondered how AI can assist with medical coding, here's the big takeaway. Medical coding is incredibly complex. Small errors can affect reimbursement, compliance, and the entire revenue cycle. And with growing chart volumes and staffing pressure, healthcare organizations are looking for smarter ways to manage the workload. That's where AI-assisted medical coding comes in. Not as a replacement for coders, but as a tool that helps coding teams work faster, reduce repetitive tasks, and improve operational efficiency. And as healthcare continues evolving, AI medical coding will likely become a much bigger part of modern healthcare operations. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for more content on healthcare RCM, medical coding, AI in healthcare, and revenue cycle workflows.